Welcome to Gurgle, a bite-sized podcast from the creators of Navseam. Looking to whet your appetite for the classics? Gurgle will tickle your taste buds and leave you wanting more. And now, from the vomitorium, here are your hosts, Dr. David Noe and Dr. Jeff Winkle.
All right, Dave, it's another Gurgle. And I think the rule for Gurgles, we just got to dive right in, right?
This is number 10.
Number 10, yes.
And why exactly? We will do the diving in.
Yes.
But why exactly do we gurgle?
Well, we Gurgle it's a fun size episode, right?
Okay.
Right. It's
bite size.
It's a bite size that if people don't have a full hour plus to invest, they can kind of dive in and just get a sampling of things.
So they learn a little bit about the classics.
Yeah.
A little bit about Latin and Greek and so forth.
That's right.
But they get it in a very manageable portion.
That's right.
A huggable portion, you might say.
A huggable portion. That's exactly what this is. Yeah.
All right. So what do we go ahead.
No, I'm thinking maybe we should rename these from Gurgles to huggable portions. Something we could take up later.
That's a deep cut. And you said that we were not going to indulge in any inanities, but get right to the point. Go to the jugular of the learning, you might say.
Yeah. So today we are talking about, this is really interesting. This is something that you found.
Yes.
And I believe this is a document from, I think, 1623.
You might call it an article.
An article.
Mm-hmm.
But the article is about this document.
Okay.
Yes, from 1623. I believe it's the first work in English to be describes itself as a dictionary.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the article is entitled Strangely Familiar from etymonline.com, dated to January 19, 2024. So we have been excogitating, incubating on this for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And I love who is given the byline here for this article, which we will link in the show notes.
Yeah.
The byline is by
Doug. That's it.
So
he's got like Sting or Cher.
That's correct.
He just goes by Doug. Yeah.
Shakira. Strangely familiar, and then the subtitle is When is a Word? Who is a Dictionary?
Yeah. Two excellent questions.
Exactly.
Right.
Also a little bit appealing. So why don't we dive right in?
Yeah.
And Doug says, it calls itself a dictionary, and published in 1623, it seems to be the first book in English to do so. It is not the very first of its kind, but it was the most popular for a generation or so until the 1650s. It went through 11 editions.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. And it's by this gentleman by the name of Henry Cockerham.
That's right.
Who we know almost nothing about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Except that he wrote a good dictionary.
He wrote a good dictionary.
11 editions.
Now, before we get into the details, I have to kind of share what I found broadly the most fascinating about this piece.
As long as you don't digress. We don't have time for
I'm not
digressing.
But this article was at odds with the way I usually think about the development of a language. And I think probably most people think about a language kind of develops organically, like, over time, and words filter in from different cultures and different times and places, and over centuries it takes on different shapes, and different words come in and out of favor. Right.
Here's an example of that, if I may.
Sure.
There's a new movie coming out, Young Washington.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to see it, but apparently part of the dialogue includes the word okay. He's going to be okay. Where young Washington says to a fallen soldier, you're going to be okay. Yeah. So what's the problem with that?
Well, they weren't saying okay in 17...
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Martin Van Buren and the Van B Boys, right? Much later, I believe, that okay entered the English lexicon.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Old Kinderhook.
So
right?
that I think that would maybe, now that you mention it, I can't see that movie because that's just going to irritate me.
It's going to bug you.
It's going to bug me the whole time. Right.
But go ahead.
As I was saying, this article talks about how England during the Renaissance and the post-Renaissance era, there was this deliberate effort to kind of freshen the language and to bring in new words,
right,
and to deliberately tap into Latin to make English more flowery, more poetic, more interesting,
more polysyllabic.
Right, and it was a very deliberate choice on the part of many people, rather than just kind of this natural thing that happened over centuries.
But getting back to the article by Doug, he goes on to say, something is odd. In one modern reprint of just under 200 pages, there are 5 pages of words that begin with X. It has roughly 160 X words in all. Among those words, you want to read some of these?
Yeah, we got excalculate.
Take off your shoes.
Take off your shoes. We have cerebrate.
To beat someone's brains out.
That's a great one.
Yeah, but you don't have that many uses for it, right?
No.
I'm going to exurbrate that guy who cut me off in traffic.
Right, that's good enough.
Okay.
I'd use that, right? Exsuscitate.
Okay.
To awaken someone from sleep. Okay, yeah.
Can you exsuscitate me at 6:20? Because I don't want to oversleep.
I mean, Doug makes a good point, Doug. Like, I mean, there's a lot of words. Like, of course, we have the word that, resuscitate.
That's right.
Why not snap on all these
Exsuscitate.
these Latin prefixes?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Doug goes on to say, all of which are as astonishing as they are obsolete. Yet this dictionary lacks examine, example, excellence, exceed, accept, excuse, and other X words that had long been common in English. And the entire section for the letter K, now this is not surprising for the Latinate, has only 11 words.
Yeah.
That's because there are only 3 words in Latin that begin with K.
Do you know them off the top of your head?
I do.
What are they?
Calendae, right?
Yes.
Carthago, which can also be spelled with a C.
Right.
And Kaiso, which is a very rare Latin surname.
Okay.
Those 3, and that's it.
That's it. Yep. And so, and that for W in this dictionary only has 19. So
Yes.
he says there's no king or kind, no wonder, and no woman.
Do you think he's making a joke there?
Oh, Doug's having a lot of fun
about
with this
wonder
article.
and woman?
Yes.
Then he says, what to make of Henry Cockeram, even his dates are unknown, and his dictionary. Here's what. Place him in his time, says Doug, as what he thought he was doing. That is one good way to learn from the past. The present, incidentally, is irrelevant. In his introduction, Cockeram tells prospective purpose... Well, he got me with his alliteration. Cockeram tells prospective purchasers his purpose. Can you read that for us, please?
Yes, so this is Cockeram's own words. Enabling as well ladies and gentlewomen, young scholars, clerks, merchants, as also strangers of any nation, to the understanding of the more difficult authors already printed in our language, and the more speedy attaining of an elegant perfection of the English tongue, both in reading, speaking, and writing.
Well, there you go.
So this isn't just a dictionary. This is how to make friends and influence people.
Yeah, who is that? Carnegie? Is that the guy?
Yeah,
wrote that?
right.
Dale
right.
Carnegie?
This is a handbook for how to impress with and improve your English.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
He offers, says Doug, Cockeram offers, to beef up their vocabularies so that they can read what's written in English, which is blooming. The same words will impress their peers in rhetoric and conversation. But a great many of them appear to be Cockeram's own additions. So this goes to what you were saying before, Jeff.
Yeah.
You thought, and so did I, that the language develops just by virtue of people somewhere, mostly anonymous, adding words, and
Right.
then they become popular or they do not, and there's an n-gram for it.
Yeah.
But no, Cockeram sat down and thought, I'm going to come up with a bunch of words.
That's right.
And see what we can do.
Right. And it was a smash hit.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I have two neologisms of record. Did you know about this?
No, please, share.
Okay, the first one is persebonate.
Persebonate.
It's from per se bonum, something that is good in and of itself.
Yeah.
So, for example, Dr. Pepper, 0 sugar, strawberries and cream.
Yes.
Persebonate.
Persebonate.
It doesn't need anything else to justify it. It's just good in and of itself.
Okay, I like it. So you've been trying to make this one happen?
For more than 20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a word that I suggested to my students. If they could ever get it into, say, the New York Times or the Wall Street Journal,
Right.
I would give them $100.
Really? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Because it's a very useful word.
Absolutely.
Friendship is persebonate.
Yes.
You don't try to instrumentalize it, right? Something like a vehicle, I would say, is not persebonate.
Yes.
Just sitting there, it's no good. It's
Right.
got to do something.
Right. Well, what's the other neologism?
The second one is transliminate.
Transliminate. Okay.
It's got your word in there.
Yeah, thank you.
Liminality, right?
Yeah.
So not just to enter a room, but to cross the threshold.
Yes.
He transliminated the ballroom.
Yes.
That one I don't think is going to catch on.
I like the specificity of
You
it,
do?
though. I think it's better than just simply, somebody walked in.
Yeah.
It has a visual element.
It does.
Yeah, I like that.
So I don't think either is going to catch on especially well, but why not? Maybe I need to take a leaf from Cockeram's folio, right?
Yeah.
And try that. Do you have any neologisms you're cooking up?
I haven't. That's never been a hobby of mine, but I think I
Interesting.
need to start. Yeah.
Well, you write songs, you compose songs.
Yeah,
and-
but when I
and
do that, I try to use words that people
know. Okay.
But this also made me think, just in terms of the context. So, with 1623, I believe this is just a handful of years after the death of Shakespeare.
That is correct.
Right. And the kind of the rule of thumb that I learned growing up is that like Shakespeare in some ways kind of single-handedly revolutionized the English language.
I learned that too.
I
That
think
is 10% of every word in Shakespeare is previously unattested.
Right. So there's definitely some truth to that.
Yes.
And so I think that one way we could, better understand Cockerham is that in some ways he's part of this same wave, right? Although he's doing it much more cheekily, as a Brit might say, and in this mini volume type of way. Yeah.
Can you carry on with what Doug says next, where he starts with Tudor English went to Latin, famished for words?
Tudor English went to Latin, famished for words, and it heaped its plate. It took more than it could swallow, but Latin never felt the loss, and the Elizabethan poets and stylists gorged.
So what I like about that is he's using our metaphor.
Totally.
Gurgling and so forth.
Exactly, yes. It's very gustatory.
That's right.
Their English was a luxuriant language, a hothouse rosebush. Even the flowers grew flowers.
Come on, Doug.
Doug is laying it on thick.
He is.
I love it. While it lasts, there is abundant beauty almost everywhere pen touches ink. Even the argumentative pamphlets and anonymous popular songs show suppleness and sure innovation.
But then, Jeff, as Doug continues to develop the article, he breaks out a Simpsons reference. Did you catch that?
I caught it, and I loved it. Man,
let's hear it.
Can I tell you just what a big fan I am of Doug? Yeah. This is great. But yes, Doug goes on. A love of big talk. The infatuation with Latin both tend to embiggen the language and the words in it. Long variants flourished. We content ourselves with exercise. Cockerham has exhortation. Exercitation.
That's correct.
We intercede. Cockerham intercessionates. We call something spongy. He calls it spongeous, as in hollow like a sponge. And then, Dave, share with us some of these other things from Cockerham.
So some other gems from Cockerham. Adolescenturate, to play the boy or the fool. Meridiation, a sleeping at noontide. I really like that a lot.
That's great.
I could go for some meridiation.
Right now.
Nutrication, nourishing. To obstetricate, to play the midwife. How many times have I wanted that word, right? When I'm deep in conversation with someone and they break out an idea that I feel is not fully developed, it hasn't come to term, and so I say, to a student, let me obstetricate for just a moment.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Let's
develop that idea.
Nourish this thing.
Exactly.
Right.
To propinquate, to approach. Stabulation, a harboring of beasts. Stratuminate, to pave. Right? When you're driving through traffic, when are they going to finish stratuminating this road, right?
Right.
To viridate, to wax or make green, and to vivificent, meaning lively.
Yeah.
Any usage for these words that you can imagine?
Well, I love them all. Stratuminate, right? To pave. I mean, that word is going to be in my mind as I drive anywhere in this town during the summer.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So much stratumination going on. This next section, when is a word. Almost any Latin noun, verb, or adjective can be vamped into a modern English equivalent by patterns proven in thousands of etymologies. Do all Latin words potentially have a match in English? We have subsidy from the 14th century, which might automatically imply a latent verb subsidize, but that verb doesn't appear in English until the 1700s.
That's
now, this is more what I'm talking about, how you have an early seed planted, and then over time it kind of grows into something else.
Right, but we kind of skipped over a little bit Sir Thomas Eliot, who is also mentioned in Doug's article along with Henry Cockerham.
Right. So
Eliot, E-L-Y-O-T, I believe he was a favorite of Henry VIII.
That's right.
And also a diplomat. Was Henry VIII the guy with the turkey legs?
I think the turkey legs and the generous midsection.
The corpulence.
The corpulence, right.
Is it fair to body shame a dead English monarch?
I think it's safe.
It's safe?
Right, exactly.
He's not going to behead you?
He'll behead you like he did almost all of his wives.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
But Eliot he was also, like Cockerham, a big fan of Latin, and he was very much of the opinion that all young school kids should be learning their Latin.
It's a great opinion. It's the only correct one.
That's right.
So he goes to Latin and he takes from its larder, you might say, its chef's pantry, a huge heap of Latin words and anglifies them, right?
That's
Anglicizes them.
Yep.
So says Doug, if, like Eliot and Cockerham, you're open to Latin,
I am,
and there's a known formula for making an English word from any Latin one, you can select from the full toolkit of every Latin verb. From Latin explere, we get expletive. Elizabethan writers also had explement, that which fills up. So you might say, waiter, my plate needs a little more explement.
Explement, right.
Of course, it's dangerous, right? Because there's some assonance there.
Yes, exactly right.
It sounds like something else.
It's something very bad.
Correct. Right. So you have to be sure you say explement and not something else.
Yes, enunciate, please.
That's right. Cockerham is full of such words, the lost siblings and cousins of words we've kept, failed transplants from familiar garden beds. We have belligerent, right, eager to make war, but he also has belligerate, to make war. We have perennial, he also has perennity, everlastingness.
Once you learn kind of the simple rules, the possibilities are endless. You can never stop making up words.
Shall we make up some more here along with Eliot and Cockerham?
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, he says others that seem both familiar and strange. I'm again reading from Doug. To mendicate, to beg, to nobilitate, to make noble, infestuous, noisome.
I like that one.
Intactable, not to be touched. So it always struck me as odd that we have the word purposeful, right? And we have purposeless.
Yes.
We have pointless, but we don't have pointful.
Pointed.
We have pointed and pointee, but don't you think pointful has a future?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think Cochrane would be all in on that.
You know, that entire exercise, that whole day I spent onboarding at my new job, it was pointless.
Right.
But then when I went home and sat down to read and had a good meal, my entire evening was pointful.
Very pointful.
Any chance?
Well, try it with the what was it? Persebonate?
Persebonate.
Yeah, persebonate.
Yes, persebonate. Don't mispronounce it.
No.
There's not going to be any hope
I can
for
tell
it.
You got a little twitchy
if you get it wrong.
Right. We also have in this list occurrent.
Okay.
Which happeneth in the way.
That's right. So I was on the way to the grocery store, and it turns out what the garbage truck was occurrent.
Yeah.
It blocked the path.
Exactly.
What else do we have?
Ornature, a settling forth or garnishing. Pregnation, being great with child. Umbrate, to shadow. Umbrosus, full of shadow.
Nice.
Yeah, this is great.
So you meet familiar bodies with strange heads, says Doug. Latin verbs often make it into English with many of the possible prefixes, such as affect, which is an emotion, effect, which is a consequence, confect, which is a candy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Infect, which is how a disease gets into you. Defect, which is most of the vehicles I've owned. Prefect, which is what, a Roman authority?
Yes.
And perfect, which is the neologism persebonate.
Yes, exactly, right.
But English had many others left over in Latin, and Cockerham tries them in English.
We have congregate.
Okay.
He has abrogate.
No.
Abrogate.
Abrogate.
To lead out of the flock.
To leave the herd.
We have addition. He has dedition. A yielding or surrender. I love this.
I do too. So let's say you're at a party, right?
Yeah.
And you think, it's really time for me to abrogate. I'm gonna leave the herd now.
I think if you use that word, people will say, it's about time. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
We have revolve, which means to turn around. He also has
obvolve, to fold round about.
That's not going to work.
Just in terms of like what words have survived, I think an interesting follow-up is, what words in Cockram's dictionary still resonate today. I mean, he was just throwing stuff at the wall.
Yes, he was.
And some things stuck and some things didn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when I think about obvolve, I think that could work pretty well for putting on a coat, right, in a Michigan climb.
Yes.
So you might say to your son and daughter, hey, obvolve your coat before you go out into the cold.
Yeah, that's way better than put on.
Yes, I think we say wrap sometimes.
Right.
But I think maybe what I'm noticing is that most of these words are harder to say for the non-Latinate, maybe.
I suppose.
So there's a kind of a simplification, and most of them are at least bisyllables, whereas many of the Anglo-Saxon words like wrap, they're catchy. They're so short.
They're so short. Maybe that's part of it. Or maybe they're just hard to say because they're just on the face of it unfamiliar, right? Yeah.
Sometimes it seems, says Doug, that Cockerham is aiming to fill in all the blanks.
Yeah, I think that's fairly clear.
So we have abequitate, to ride away, adequitate, to ride by, coequitate, to ride together, and obequitate, to ride about.
Yeah, right. So sometimes when I drive over here to the bunker and I'm a little early, I just obequitate the blocks.
You do?
I do.
You just ride about?
Just ride about. That's great. So equitate would be like to ride on a horse.
That's right. But coequitate is to ride together. Hey, together. Jeff, you want to coequitate our bikes tonight?
It's like it's carpooling.
Yes. I don't know. I don't think it's going to catch on.
No.
Well, as we move along here, I think we should quote part of this almost closing paragraph by Doug before we get to the list. So Doug is expressing the difference between Latin and English, and he says, Latin tap dances like a Nicholas brother.
Did you get that reference? I don't know who
I've
that
heard of
is.
the Jonas Brothers and the Jackson 5.
Right.
And
the Nicholas Brothers?
Donnie and Marie.
No.
I don't know who the Nicholas Brothers are.
That's a deep cut, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he says, the English hoof it. If you read enough of the glosses, the experience becomes silly and then hilarious, like listening to Benny Hill. Was he one of the Nicholas Brothers?
He was something quite different, actually.
Read from a French-Icelandic dictionary. There's a glory to having both registers in your tongue. You can excoriate, so there's the Latin word, and buffle, which I guess means take the skin off.
Right.
There's exit and outgoing, exhume and unbury, exterminator and outdriver, extinct and gone out, extreme and outmost. But sadly, too often, only one of these endures.
I love that. Now, you've done some traveling in England, right?
Oh, I have.
As soon as you notice that, of course, in the States, where you leave, the sign says exit.
Right.
And in the UK, it says way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's exactly.
And there's also the loo.
The
right?
loo.
Or the water closet.
Right. Yeah.
Not to mention even the beans they serve at breakfast. So
let's not even go there.
No.
Yes.
So I think this pretty much, Jeff, takes us right up to the end of this delightful little article, which once again we will link in the show notes. Then he gives great lists of Cockerham's words, and I think we should read through some of these before we tidy up this episode.
Yes. Can I jump just to my personal favorite in this list?
Okay.
Here? Yes.
Yeah. This is from Verbs.
This is from Verbs. Yes.
Okay.
This is babulcitate, to cry like a cowboy.
Babulcitate.
Babulcitate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like adstupiate.
Adstupiate.
To greatly esteem riches.
That's very, very good.
Advesperate. To wax night.
Yes. To dapenate, to provide dainty meals. Meats. Sorry. Yes.
To constipate.
Constipate.
Oh, carnally to accompany a woman. I'm not sure what that means.
It sounds off color.
Vaguely inappropriate.
You're right.
Yeah. To dapenate, to provide dainty meats. I like that.
That's right.
So you kind of what is it called? Your charcuterie, which is a French word. You dapenate your charcuterie.
There we go.
To provide dainty meats.
Yes. How about this is in keeping with the theme of this
Correct.
podcast, to luricate.
Oh.
To eat ravenously.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Latibulate, privately to hide one's self in a corner. I like that. To pernoctate, to tarry all night.
This is from my wife who loves gardening.
Yes.
Sarculate, to weed.
Oh, to circulate.
Yeah.
That's much better. Then from the list of adjectives, we've already mentioned some of these, but ignifluous, full of fire. Lucrificable, that which brings gain. Oh my goodness. Here's one that has a little bit of, it has some Greek mixed into it. Mesanoxian, of or belonging to the midnight.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any others that strike you?
I'm puzzled by Nemerus.
Okay.
Is it just woody?
Yes, because nemus is the Latin noun that means a grove.
Oh, there we go.
Nemus nemerus?
Yes,
so
exactly.
it's woody.
Right.
It's a strange spelling because there's 2 D's in it in Doug's article.
Yes. Sylvestric?
Yes.
Yes, the wild or rustic?
Vegetative, which liveth as plants do, right? I have stayed in this room so long, I'm downright vegetative.
That's right. And then how about these from the list of nouns here?
Oh, yes.
Let's see, the Celeripedian, a swift footman.
How about conspurcation, a making foul or a defiling?
Excellent.
You have completely conspurcated this room. I can't believe you did it.
Yes. Latration, a barking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The liquator, he which melteth.
Nice.
I don't know how I would use that.
Obambulation. This is from like the Equitate collection. Obambulation, a walking abroad.
Yes. Yeah. The succulation, a bearing on the shoulders.
Yes.
I succulated my... See, I made it into a verb, right? I carried that backpack so long, it was like a succulation.
Right. Here's a curious one. A thrill. One that hath no nose.
Huh. That's not how we use it.
No, not at all.
That movie was a real thrill, right?
It was noseless?
It was noseless.
Man.
Well, there we go. I think we have just about brought it to the end. Thank you, Doug.
Yes, thank you, Doug.
For giving us this wonderful article from etimonline.com, Strangely Familiar. Well, that's a Gurgle, Jeff. We got to get out of here, but we need quickly to thank some folks.
Yeah, Mishka, our wonderful engineer, who's going to roll her eyes at this thing but put it together nonetheless professionally.
And I'd like to thank Jeff Sheets, who gives us the intro and the outro music. No ad music, but let's mention briefly our wonderful sponsors, hackettpublishing.com. Check them out, AN2026. Gets you 20% off your entire order, free shipping, and
20% off your order. Did you already mention that?
Okay.
Yeah.
To support the podcast.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
And then we need to thank Mark Helweg and
Ratio Coffee.
That's right.
So go to ratiocoffee.com and get one of these wonderful machines.
AN Ratio 2026 is your coupon code. That's a Gurgle. Thanks for listening.